Hello and welcome. Myself Rajat Mishra, a two-wheeler engineer and a custom bike designer. So today I am going to take you a tour on the two-wheeler technology. See, in the organization or the educational institute, we learn a lot about four-wheelers, we learn a lot about heavy vehicles, but we don't get a brief idea about two-wheeler system. We don't get to know that how a two-wheeler system runs, we don't get to know how a two-wheeler system works. So today I am going to take you to a tour of two-wheeler technology where you will learn about the two-wheeler industry in a lot better. So today's session we are going to discuss about classification of motorcycle system. So how the motorcycle system are classified. Okay, see, like our human body is classified into different categories like skeleton system, muscular system, nervous system. Similarly, our motorcycle can also be classified into different categories to make the learning of the system easier. So let us continue and learn about the classification of motorcycle. So motorcycle are basically classified into four categories. So if we divide motorcycle, there are basically four categories into which a motorcycle is classified. The first category is called chassis. So chassis is the part of your motorcycle system which gives the stability and support to your system. Without a chassis, your vehicle will not able to run on the ground. So you can say your chassis of motorcycle is the base structure of the motorcycle system. The next is engine. In like our body, the heart pumps the blood throughout the body, and because of that only all the organs work. Similarly, in an automobile system, the engine produces the power which is required for the wheels to run. Okay, so the power unit of a motorcycle is the engine. The engine provides the adequate power for the vehicle to run. Third is transmission. The transmission is a very important unit because it transfers the power from the engine to the wheel. And for transferring this power, it should be done in a very effective manner. So transmission system transfers the power, that too with maximum efficiency. And the last classification of motorcycle is the electrical and electronic system. Now, unlike our body, what happens in our body, there are nerves which connect different part of the body together. Similarly, in the automobiles or motorcycles, there are different components which are connected together by the electrical and electronic system. So our motorcycle component is divided into four categories where we have the chassis, engine, transmission and electrical and electronics. So first let's talk about the chassis. So all the components that are in a motorcycle system except the engine, transmission and electrical comes under your chassis system. So let us see what are the components which falls under the chassis system. The first component is frame. The frame is the very integral part of the chassis system as it is the metallic structure which provides the base to the motorcycle system. The next component is wheel. Now wheel is the component of the motorcycle to which all the load of the system is concentrated. So the wheel carries the full load of the vehicle or the motorcycle system. The third is called tire. Now tire is the component which is in direct contact with the road. So all the forces that are exchanged between the motorcycle and the ground or the ground and the motorcycle is done through the contact path of the tire. Okay. The next component we have suspension. Now the suspension system absorbs the energy, okay, the reaction force that is coming from the ground and makes the ride more comfortable for the rider. So that's why a suspension system is much needed in a motorcycle system. Then we have the steering system. To maneuver the vehicle according to our terms, we need a steering. Okay. So for that purpose, a steering system is incorporated in a motorcycle system which helps us in maneuvering the vehicle to our terms. Next we have the braking system. The braking system helps in bringing the vehicle from motion to rest. So braking system basically it converts the kinetic energy to potential energy by the reduction of some amount of energy. Okay, and that some amount of energy is either lost in the shape of friction or anything else. Then we have the other parts like fuel tank and also the fiber parts. So this all components like the frame, wheel, tires, suspension, braking and fiber parts and fuel tank, they come under your chassis system. Okay, so without a chassis your vehicle will not be able to perform. Okay. Second system is engine system. Now it is the powerhouse of the motorcycle system and provide adequate power for the system to run. Now engine system, the first type of engine that is used in the automobiles is called spark ignition engine. Now in spark ignition engine, as the name only says you, the ignition occurs due to spark. Okay, and this kind of engine uses petrol. The second kind of engine which is there, it is called as compression ignition engine. Okay, so here the combustion occurs due to compression and here the fuel is diesel. Okay, so there are two types of engine, one is spark ignition engine and the second one is compression ignition engine. Spark ignition engine is a petrol engine, compression ignition engine is a diesel engine. Okay. Then let's talk about the transmission system. Now in the transmission, the most used transmission in the motorcycle is chain type transmission. In chain type transmission, a smaller sprocket is used at the front, a larger sprocket is used at the rear. So by the help of these two sprockets, a chain link runs between them and it transfers the power. The advantages of chain type transmission is the torque is more, as it is made of metal, it can withstand more force. So these are some of the advantages of the chain type transmission. Now coming to the next type of transmission that we have is called the belt type transmission. Now in belt type transmission there is more power loss because the weight of the system is more and also the belt circumference is more. So due to this reason more amount of energy is being lost. So that's why you will not find any belt driven motorcycle before 500 cc. Next we have the shaft type transmission. Now the shaft type transmission is basically a propeller shaft which is connected to the rear wheel of the vehicle. So with the help of this shaft, what happens? The power is transmitted from the engine to the wheel with the help of some gears. The fourth component or the fourth part of the classification of motorcycle is electrical and electronic. Now before entering it, what is the difference between electrical and electronic system? A electrical system is one like I switch on the fan start rotating, but I don't know at what speed it is rotating, what velocity it is having, what it is consuming, I don't know anything. So that is, it doesn't give any feedback. Whereas the electronic system is one which gives feedback about its work. At what temperature it is, let's say I switch on the switch, the AC started working. It is an electronic system because the AC tells us about all about the aspect of the surrounding. Now in electrical and electronic circuit, we have different circuits which helps in working of different areas. So first we have the ignition circuit which helps in sparking the spark plug. Then we have the starting circuit which helps in starting the self motor. Then we have the charging circuit. So in the charging circuit, the battery is charged. Okay. So the battery needs to be charged regularly. So in charging circuit, battery is charged. Lighting circuit. To run the headlight and tail light, we have the lighting circuit. Then at last the signaling circuit. Different devices like your horn indicators are operated by your light signaling circuit. Okay. So these are the 5 different circuits which are present in a motorcycle and helps in operating of different component all together in a manner. So thank you everyone for this session. Hope you have gained some knowledge. So students, I will be waiting for you in the classes of the two-wheeler technology. Hope you to see soon in the classes. Thank you everyone.